Right people, I hope you're well. Welcome back to another video. Today we're coming back to talking about meditation because after the video that I made a few weeks back, I've had a couple of requests of people asking specifically like how to meditate and techniques to use. So that is the subject matter of this video. I would like to start first and foremost with a small guided meditation that I encourage you to join in with. This will only take a couple of minutes. Firstly, get comfortable on a chair, lying on your bed, and get rid of all your cognitive biases and judgments about what you're about to do, and just be with the experience. Start with a hazy focus on your surroundings, not focusing on one specific object, but just looking generally at your surroundings. And start by taking a couple of deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth or the nose, whatever feels easier, with about 4 seconds for each inhale and exhale. And I encourage you to put this video aside and simply just listen to my voice and focus on what we're about to be doing. And when you're ready, gradually close your eyes and just notice how you feel. Firstly, let's focus on the body. Whether you're sat on a chair or lying on a bed, notice how it feels to be in contact with that space. Notice your bottom on the chair or your flat body against the bed, the pillow under your head or your head in free space. How are your arms rested? How are your legs rested? How does each individual finger and toe feel? Are you comfortable? Are there places of your body that are uncomfortable? Don't try and change these things, but just notice them. Do a brief scan, going from the bottom of your feet all the way up to the top of your head in the next few moments, keeping that deep breath. If your mind gets distracted and you start thinking about something, just come back to the body and how it feels. Next, let's move to the breath itself and focus on the actual sensation of the inhalation and exhalation. How it feels to have air travelling through your nose and exiting through your nose. What's the temperature of the air like? How clear is it? How's the rhythm of your breath? Is there a specific part of the body that you can focus on that moves with the breath, whether it's your chest or your abdomen? And just sit with it and notice how it feels. Again, if your mind gets distracted, just bring the focus back to the breath. And then, let's go a bit more abstract. And what emotions are you experiencing right now? Don't have any judgment of your emotions. Just simply watch and observe what they are. Are you sad? Are you bored? Are you quite content? Notice that within yourself and notice how it feels. Can you feel the energy of the emotion within you? And finally, what thoughts are going through your mind? Can you see thoughts in your mind, or are they quite clear? Are you thinking about something that happened in the past, or something that can potentially happen in the future? Are you thinking about the sound of my voice, or the darkness of the back of your eyelids, or the temperature of where you are, or how you are lying or sitting? There will be a thought there, but all you have to do is watch it. Don't try and change it. Just watch the thought as it passes. And notice that you're thinking. Because when you can observe that you're thinking, you are no longer led by the thought. You're the observer of the thought. You are the unjudgmental being that is aware that you're thinking and feeling and being in the moment. Just take a moment to realize the significance of that. That in this moment when you are simply observing thought, you are in deep alignment with your truest self. No biases, no judgments. You are just being, you are just observing. And just sit there for the last few moments of this session and be aware how that feels. To not be led by your thoughts and emotions and just watch them. And when you are ready, gently open the eyes and notice how you feel now after those few minutes of quiet focus in the present moment. I hope you enjoyed that experience. That was just a tiny guided meditation, and it's the first one I've ever done. But I think that was a good example of what I talked about in my first video, of just being aware of things that are going on, not being led by your sensations, your emotions and your thoughts, and just being aware of them. But how do we actually stick to meditation in the long term? I think what that comes down to is making it a habit. Start incredibly small. Start with 2 minutes every single day and put it somewhere where you know you have time. Put it first thing in the morning or last thing at night, and start with literally 2 minutes. Set a timer on your phone, close your eyes and focus on the breath for 2 minutes. Feel you can do that consistently. Move it up to 5, 10, 20, whatever. Whatever feels right for your life, because it's all about a balance here. And I would say commit for a specific amount of time, maybe a month, and tell yourself that you're going to commit to doing this for however long, 2, 5, 10 minutes, whatever, for 30 days straight. I think the best thing to do for accountability is get someone else involved. Message me, say, Joel, I'm doing this, in the comments below, or message a friend saying I'm doing this, do it with me, or a parent or a grandparent or even a pet. Just have someone that you can tell, so that interpersonal accountability can be created. And also create a habit tracker. Have 30 squares on a piece of paper and title it meditation tracker, and day 1 to 30, and you can tick the box every single day you've done a session. As these little wins every single day of ticking that box will help you stay on track with the habit. But the nice thing is that it gets easier the longer you do it. The more you meditate, the more normal it will feel. And when you start to feel the benefits, which I can go into more detail in another video, it will get a lot easier to stick to the habit, because you'll realise how important it is and you'll prioritise it. I mean, I notice in myself, when I haven't done a morning meditation, I'm a different person. Like, I let my emotions get the better of me a lot of the time, and I have more irrational thoughts. I'm just a lot less calm. Things stress me out and give me anxiety a lot more easily. But I would also say, research, use the resources. I mean, there's so much online. You put the word meditation into YouTube and thousands of videos will come up of different techniques you can use. Personally, I don't use guided ones anymore. I just do it off the cuff in the morning on my own. But if you require a nice guided meditation, there are thousands of types online that you can get for free. So use those resources, and also research it. Research the benefits of meditation that's been found in science, because there is so much. Read about it, learn about it, and you'll become more enthused to commit to the practice. You have to embrace the difficult moments. Now, what I mean by that is you can't expect every meditation session to be perfect. The most important thing is that you showed up to the session that morning or that evening or whenever. Because there are so many times where you'll go to meditate and your mind will be so busy, there'll be something you're focusing on that will be all encompassing. My advice is to not hate those moments, not resent those moments, but see them as an act of meditation themselves, because watching that in your mind is that is meditating. It's watching the thoughts going through your mind. And it's not going to be easy every time. You're not going to sit down and be able to focus on the breath consistently every single time. There are many days when I began this practice where I'd sit there and I'd just think, and I couldn't get that sense of clarity that I'd really desire. But I tried to tell myself that because I'd shown up to the practice, that was enough. It was enough to simply be there, committing to what I wanted to do. So I hope this video has been able to give you a bit more insight into how to actually start meditating and implement it into your life. If you did want to go and see my previous video. I will link it on the end screen, where I talked about the best lesson I've learned through meditation. Because I think it is important. I think there's a stigma about it in the modern day, of it being a very spiritual or religious practice. But even if you don't, if you're not invested in spirituality, it's important because it just gives you a clear mind. And with a clear mind, living life just becomes so much easier. So if you did enjoy the video, I'd appreciate if you subscribe down below and join the Be an Anomaly movement. And I hope that your meditation sessions in the future are clear and wonderful. And all that's left to say is that I'll see you next time for more.